Hi friends! So I am getting ready to go out of town for a couple days, and I'm leaving a couple kids with Daddy, and I'm taking a kid or two with me, and so I'm getting some things ready so that food is easy for him while I'm gone. Hey Annabelle!
Hi!
So we're gonna can up some beans, you're noisy, hold on just a minute, okay? Can up some beans, can up some meat, and that way Daddy has meals ready to go and super easy. So I thought I'd show you how I'm gonna do this real quick, because I'm gonna double stack it and I'm gonna put beans and meat in the same container. I have stew meat that is all defrosted and ready to go, and this is seriously all you do to can meat. You put it in the jar. The things you do want to look out for is you don't want fatty pieces of meat because over time the fat can take on a rancid flavor when it's sitting on the shelf. It won't go bad, it won't hurt you, just not the yummiest flavor. So pop it in to the jar and I usually try to smash as much as I can into there. It looks like we can fit about a pound into the pint jar here. And I didn't defrost enough to run a whole canner load, but I wanted Jesse to have some on the shelf so that he can easily feed the kiddos while Mama's gone. So there we go. You want it to be right to that line right there, the neck of the jar. And you don't put any water in it, you don't put anything else in there. Meat. You can put salt and pepper and things like that in, but there's nothing else you have to do to it. Put the lid on it, process it. So let's talk about some of the cycles here on the homestead. Right now it's winter, we're not harvesting anything. The preserving that needs done has been done. And now we're eating through all of it, which means all of these jars not too long ago had carrots and beans that I had done for my husband earlier. And what I could do is I could take them downstairs in a box and put them on the shelf for when I'm ready to do carrots again. Or I can take them downstairs all full of beans. So we can eat through those, but what my goal is to have several on the shelf so that we can have easy dinners through the summer. And that way, when I bring in all that yummy garden produce, have something I can pair it with real easily for some protein, and it makes a nice summer meal. So that's my canning cycle. We have got all the jars in there. They are fairly evenly spaced. And then we're going to put an additional rack in. And I just try to make sure it's sitting fairly level and stable.
I'll try, Mommy.
Okay, can you pass them to Mama? And then these just go in on top of that rack. Now you can only do this if you've got a 23 quart canner. You can't do this in a 16 quart. Here you can see we have meat, I have black-eyed peas, and I have adzuki beans down below. I've got some garbanzos. Oh, there's one right there. These are all going to process for 70 minutes. And you can get detailed instructions on all of this in my canning beans video that I will put an iCard in this video for, so that you can see the step-by-step process. But that's all there is to it. I've got 3 quarts of water because that's what my canner calls for. And I'm going to turn it on and process it, and I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. Okay friends, there you have it. I have 3 different kinds of beans and 1 jar of meat that all just came out of the canner. And they look fabulous. So in a couple hours time, I have meals on the shelf for my family while I'm gone. So canned meat can kind of look like some kind of strange science experiment. But when it cools down and you know your seal is good and sealed, you take the ring off and then just give it a really good shake. And pretty much what you're left with is roast beef in gravy. So you can see it creates its own broth and the flavor is just absolutely incredible. I don't put any salt or anything in it, but you could if you wanted to. I just season it when I use it. And because I know this question is coming, yes, I do can on my glass cooktop, but you need to consult your owner's manual before you give it a try. So, some of the newer models you can do that with, and most of the old ones you cannot. So make sure you check before you do it so you don't end up shattering your glass. Alright friends, hope you give this a try. It's super awesome. And we'll talk to you again soon.